What's up, dope fam? Back with another video. This video is going to be a bit different. I'm just going to go through the base chain ecosystem. It's going to be more like a thesis update video where I'll go through a few coins that are sort of leading the base chain ecosystem and just give you a thesis update if I'm still bullish on base chain. I saw a lot of you guys commenting if I'm even still bullish on base chain and what's going on with it, because obviously a lot of tokens on base chain have dumped. And I guess just a recap on that, I'm still bullish on base chain. It's pretty clear to me that base chain will be the leading L2 chain of this bull cycle, and I would not be surprised it is the number one chain of this bull cycle. So without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube and X as well as my CoinMarketCap pages, so be sure to follow those pages, especially on my X page. I make a lot of written content around the base chain ecosystem, and it's usually more up to date than my YouTube page. So let's get right into it. So first of all, a little update on Bitcoin. We're still chopping sideways today, and I still expect in the next 1 to 2 weeks, true direction will be shown. So we probably have, the deadline is probably about 11 days from now, and my base case is breaking out to the upside. If we break these lows, the 81k region, next stop is the 77k. Ideally, we do not see new lows, because more than likely, if we break down to new lows, the weekly RSI will be broken and confirmation of a bear market will be confirmed. Alright, so next up is the open interest and liquidation heat levels. So for open interest, we're still grinding sideways, so no real update there. But for liquidations, we're actually getting a lot of liquidation build up above us as well as below us. So let me just quickly refresh and show you guys. We're having a lot of liquidations above us, which are of course shorts. And I would not be surprised when it comes to volatility on Monday. We're probably going to have at least a sweep of top and maybe a sweep of our lows at the 82 to 81k region. But as you can see here, we have a lot of leverage happening at 84.7 as well as that 85k region. So we have about, what is it? It's about $100 million worth of liquidations. So that's it for the update for Bitcoin. Now we'll just go to the base chain ecosystem. So I wanted to show you guys the top coins on base chain ecosystem and as well as a thesis update. So first of all, when it comes to fundamentals for base chain, at least we can see on Artemis that we're having a lot of inflows on base chain still. If we go to year to date, as you can see here, base chain is still leading the net flows for this year. And what pretty much net flows mean is stable coins or tokens of value bridging into the base chain ecosystem. So year to date, we've actually had a net flow of $3.1 billion. If we go to the past year, I think base would still be number one. Let's check here. So base chain is still number one at $7.7 billion, with Solana coming second at $3 billion. So when it comes to fundamentals, base chain is still the clear winner and pretty much the number one chain across the board for the past year. So it's looking quite strong, and I still suspect that base chain inflows will continue on, and it will progressively increase once Ethereum bottoms out and starts going up from here. And reason why the importance of Ethereum is so high, Ethereum is the main token on base chain, and the base chain ecosystem is the high beta of Ethereum. So ideally what we'd like to see is Ethereum have more inflows in the token, and base chain is pretty much a leverage play on Ethereum. So if Ethereum goes down a lot, generally the tokens on the chain goes down a lot as well. And if Ethereum goes up, the tokens on the base chain will go up exponentially. Next update for fundamentals for Ethereum. Ethereum is actually leading the charge for stablecoins, and base chain is the number one chain, L2 chain under Ethereum that has the most stablecoins. SEC says fully backed stablecoins that maintain one-to-one redemption and low risk reserves are not securities. Huge win for crypto stability and adoption. What this basically means is, and pretty much shows, that stable coins will be a massive part in bringing user adoption and bringing a lot of cash and just real money from the traditional system on chain in the form of stable coins. And right now, as it stands, base chain is positioned to be the best chain for that. Reason being is Coinbase is the owner of base chain and runs it all, and since Coinbase is the largest custodial manager of all crypto assets in the world, it just seems clear and pretty much the most obvious play for base chain to be the number one custodial for stablecoin assets. That's an update for base chain. I'm still very bullish on base chain, and when it comes to I guess, inflection points and when I expect base chain to really ramp up. As it always stands, and I have said in the past, it really depends on Bitcoin and mainly specifically Ethereum. And what I would definitely like to see is at least dominance topping out from here, having that bearish divergence playing out and going down to the downside, which will allow Ethereum to charge. And I would also like to see a Bitcoin leg up from here. So next up for tokens on base chain, obviously the first token on base chain, which is sort of like the bread and butter of the ecosystem, as it stores and hosts a lot of the liquidity pools for other tokens on base chain, is Aerodrome. And currently, right now, unfortunately, it's not looking very good right now. We're pretty much, it's looking exactly like a McDonald's logo right now. Like it's pumped hard, double topped, and it's pretty much going back down to where its first impulse started. And there isn't really any real supports until like where we're sitting at right now. So support is support until it's broken. And currently right now, like the major level of support is around this 300 to about the 260 mil area. We really need this to hold, and to, like, even just for the state of base chain, we really need Aerodrome to hold, because a lot of the liquidity pools for the other tokens I'll show you in this video rely on Aerodrome, and the reason being is those tokens are paired with the Aerodrome token. So if Aerodrome goes down, those tokens are more than likely to also go down because the value it's paired with is going down. It's sort of the same stance I have for Ethereum. If Ethereum goes up a lot of these tokens will also go up because a lot of them also have liquidity pools with Ethereum. But with just how the way base chain works, a lot of the larger tokens on base chain are paired with the Aerodrome token. So when it comes to just non-subjective, just like straight to the point, Aerodrome's chart isn't looking great, but we are sitting at support, and our last line of defense is at the 260 mil area. When it comes to RSI levels, let me just check here. There isn't really much to say for RSI. Let me just go 3-day. I guess we sort of have we do have a bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. So as you can see here, we've made a lower low close on the 3-day chart in price, but we're actually making a slight higher low on the RSI. It's very slight, but it is quite significant since it's the 3-day chart. I think weekly we can't get much information out of the weekly because Aerodrome's chart it's not old enough, so that's insignificant. But for the 3-day chart, we're sitting on a bullish divergence, but as always, bullish divergences tend to take a while to play out. And yeah, so I guess the disclaimer here is I would probably DCA at the 260 to 270 mil levels, because that's definitely the last line of support. We don't want to see it go below that, because it's looking like a free fall from there. As you can see, we bounced around here, ranged here for a bit, and there isn't, like, the next support level is around the 220 level, and then the next one after that is 155. To be honest, when it comes to that and like hitting those levels, I don't see that happening unless Bitcoin goes down another 10 to 20% from here. And just like it's just unfortunate because Aerodrome is the bread and butter and sort of like the soul for base chain ecosystem, and we definitely would like to see this pump in order for other tokens in the ecosystem to pump, because it's sort of nearly as important as Ethereum just because there's so many tokens paired to it. But nonetheless, we do have a bullish divergence on the 3-day chart, which is looking like a good bottoming formation to me. It's just, it might take a while for us to actually bounce out of here. So it just highly depends on what Ethereum does in the next few months or so. Ideally, we'll make a new higher high and break the 420 mil area, and then we can have a reversal and bullish momentum to kick in. So that's the chart for Aerodrome. Next one is AlienBase. So AlienBase is a smaller decentralized DEX token on base chain. And as you can see, it's sort of also being destroyed. And it's not looking as bad as Aerodrome because we have a lot of support levels to get support from. And we're pretty much just back to the range it was at last year. So as you can see, we're back in this range with a lot of support levels. Our line in the sand for AlienBase is at the 5.8 million area, and pretty much the same thing with Aerodrome. I don't expect this to happen unless Bitcoin crashes another 10 to 20%. And as you can see, like we definitely had a massive parabolic move for AlienBase. And if we actually draw the line, so we had the first rate of ascension, and then second, and then the third. So as you can see, we had a massive parabolic move, and then we broke down, had a massive, it looks like a 5-wave move to me, where we did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we'd like to see here is for new higher lows and higher highs to be made. And right now, it looks like we're not getting that right now. But if we look at the RSI levels, when it comes to RSI and the momentum for AlienBase, that really just the chart needs more developing. And we just need to see how AlienBase reacts to the next support levels. Next support levels, I would say, is around the 7 mil area. And then the line in the sand is the 5.8 mil area. And as always, it really depends on Ethereum's performance in the next 1 to 2 months. And when it comes to just a general update, a lot of his tokens are completely wrecked and are just going to need more time for price action to develop. It's obviously unfortunate news for this, but this is just what happens when like mini bears occur for high betas to different assets. And base chain was always a leveraged play, and it has gone through a mass. As you can see, like AlienBase did a massive, what was it, from the lows to the highs. It did a 14x move, so it's currently retracing that right now. And ideally, we just hold what our previous range was. And once Ethereum and Bitcoin breaks the new highs, AlienBase can actually have a chance of breaking out of his range and permanently getting out of there. So that's the update for AlienBase. When it comes to fundamentals for both Aerodrome and AlienBase, they both have strong TVL numbers and volume numbers for the current state of the market. And when it comes to DEXs, there really isn't any other competitors. I guess a fundamentals update, which is quite good for AlienBase. AlienBase is the official liquidity pool partner for B3, which is actually a token owned on Coinbase. So when it comes to possible catalysts for AlienBase, I would not be surprised AlienBase still gets listed on Coinbase sometime this year. So that's one of the major bullish catalysts AlienBase has, whereas Aerodrome is already listed on Coinbase. So when it comes to possible catalysts for Aerodrome, I guess the only real reliance is on Ethereum and base chain getting more TVL numbers and volume metrics increasing, so Aerodrome can get that adoption. Before continuing on to the latter part of the video, I'm just going to play an ad that sponsors the channel. If you guys are looking for the fastest trading bot on base chain, EVM chains, as well as Solana support soon, click on the link in the description below. I'll be giving away $1,000 per month to those users that trade and fund their wallets on the Sigma trading bot. It also supports the channel, so it'll be really appreciated if you guys have a look at what the product is, because personally I've been using it because it replaces my DEX needs, and I've actually been using it since March 2024. And the main reasons why I've been using it is, first of all, it's got full mobile and desktop support, so it's on Telegram, it's a bot on Telegram, and because it's on Telegram, it's so much more convenient to make my trades when I'm out and about, as well as multiple features I've been using to make 10 to 100x multiples on new coin deployments. So one of the main features is the auto sniping tool. So what this does is, since Sigma Trading Bot is the fastest bot on Base as well as other EVM chains, you're able to snipe new token deployments and be one of the first buyers to new token launches. I've also been using the copy trading tool, which allows me to copy trade profitable wallets and pretty much just copy exactly what they've been doing. But why you guys should be trusting it? Personally, I've been using it since 2024, like March of 2024, and it's got over $3 billion in total volume with integrations and partnerships with other top protocols like Virtuals, which is the #1 AI protocol on base chain. And like, since it's been around for so long and it's got so much volume, it's got a pretty good track record. It's never been hacked, and I've been using it on and off since the deployment, and I've been quite happy with the product. It's developed and evolved a lot over time, and the partnership, in my opinion, was sort of a no-brainer because I personally use it for my own trading needs. And with me partnering with them, I'm actually able to give out $250 to 5 winners every month. So it's sort of a no-brainer to use my link in the description and just to give it a go and give it a try, because I've been using it. I've been quite happy with the tool. And they're actually going to be releasing a new web app that sort of supplements the Telegram app. So obviously, depending on your preference, if you like a web app or a Telegram app, you can give it a go when that releases. And thank you for supporting the channel. We'll go to the next segment in the video. Our next one is Toshi. Toshi is the #1 base native meme coin on base chain. And as you can see, he did a monster run up, and on the monthly chart, it ain't looking too good. But as you can see, it's actually it's looking like it's retesting the previous accumulation range it had. So the previous accumulation range was about the 92 region, and it wicked down to it, and now it's currently bouncing. Ideally, I don't want to see any closes below this level, and reason being is we were in this accumulation range for, let's see, for how long? We're in it for about 180 days. So as long as we hold this level, in my opinion, Toshi is really good to just having new accumulation at this level, and then making new highs depending on Ethereum's performance. When it comes to dailies, let me check the daily chart. So as you can see, we also did another parabolic move for Toshi. A lot of his coins have done parabolic moves, and obviously parabolas never last, and they always end up crashing to the downside. As long as we have like our levels supported and respected, these coins can make to new highs again. As you can see, Toshi did a 1, 2, even let's actually change to the 4-hour. Let's see how many lines of ascension it is. So yeah, 1, 2, that's a bit dirty. Let me change that. Yep, 1, 2, and then it did a 3. So that's a clear textbook picture perfect parabolic move. It broke down from that, and now it's retesting support, which was the previous accumulation range. And as long as we hold here, it's looking good for continuation and a reversal. And it heavily just depends on Ethereum's performance for the next 1 to 2 months. And when it comes to just fundamentals for Toshi is the #1 base native meme coin on base. And like, to be honest, there's no single picking out any specific token, because all the tokens on base chain are down bad, and it's just a matter of looking for which tokens are the #1 of their niche. The reason why I picked out all these tokens for market analysis on this video is they're all #1 in their niche. Toshi is the #1 base native meme coin on base chain. Aerodrome is the #1 DEX on base chain. AlienBase is the #1 trading experience DEX on base chain. B3 is the #1 gaming ecosystem chain on base chain. So it's a L3 chain, but it's a L3 on top of base chain. Virtuals is the #1 AI ecosystem launchpad on base chain, and AI XBT is the #1 AI token that's a launchpad token on base chain. So that's the reason why I showed these coins in the video. Ideally, these are the leaders of base chain, and they're probably more than likely the first runners once base chain actually reverses and gets new adoption and new holders coming in. So that's an analysis for Toshi. I guess verdict is line in the sand is the 92 mil area, and what we'd like to see is new accumulation areas to be made, and respect to 92 mil as our support level. B3, it unfortunately actually launched back in February, and back then it just had a big spike, and then that's when the mini bear for base chain actually started. And as you can see here, it's looking like it's doing an A, B, C correction. So you got the A, B, and then the C. And the question of is the correction over? What we would like to see is new higher lows and higher highs to be made. So ideally we break out this trend line and then make new higher lows and higher highs. And when it comes to the RSI for the daily charts, we can't really look at it because the coin is just too new. For 4 hour though, we actually bottomed out on the RSI. From here on, I would definitely like to see a bullish divergence to be made. And when it comes to the question of if the bottom is in, we just need more price action. I can't tell right now, but definitely we would like to see this trend line to be broken, and that just means there's seller exhaustion, and more than likely there's more bullish momentum coming in, and we're probably gonna have a reversal. Virtuals chart probably has the most ugliest chart on this video. Reason being is it did a massive parabolic run at the beginning of late to 2024. I believe we had 4 rates of ascension on virtuals. So as you can see, we had the first level, second, and then third, and then the fourth. So another textbook clear parabolic move, just like AlienBase did and Toshi did. And as you can see, we've massively corrected. We're down. What is it? We're down 89% from the highs. And yeah, if you look at this, it's not looking good, but we've gone back to the previous accumulation area, And when it comes to the line in the sand for virtuals, you definitely want to at least hold a 200 mil area. And it's actually looking like it's respecting the previous resistance. So as you can see, the previous resistance level was about the 340 mil area, and we're actually testing that as support again. When it comes to this, I would like to see a double bottom happening here. If not, we're going to be going down and breaking down to this level, and then the next support level is at the 210 mil area. When it comes to RSI and momentum, let me just have a look. So it's actually looking quite good. So we're actually printing a bullish divergence right now. So as you can see, we've closed lower than previously, but we're actually having a higher low on the RSI. So it looks like there is a bit of seller exhaustion to happen. But as with all the other coins in this token, it's highly dependent on Ethereum. And it just seems to me, really, base chain is back into an accumulation area right now. And it may take a few months for it to complete. And then once that accumulation area and accumulation zone is complete, we're probably going to bounce from there and make new higher highs and higher lows. And the ecosystem right now really is just healing and repairing, because a lot of these tokens did massive parabolic moves, and it just needs time to play out. The final token of this video is AIXBT. This one also did another parabolic move. So as you can see here, it did a 1, it did a 2, and then it's a bit messy, but it did a 3. So a bit messy parabolic move, but nonetheless, it did a parabolic move. It's crashed down to new levels, and when it comes to support, really, there isn't, like, it's sort of like Aerodrome, where there isn't really much support levels left. And the next one is pretty much where the token actually was created. So at the 55 mil area. So that's probably the line in the sand for me, where if it breaks down below that, like, it's going to need a lot more time for accumulation to complete. And when it comes to the AI meta, it definitely was a parabolic move where coins just went stupid crazy, and it sort of makes sense to me. But when it comes to the fundamentals and, I guess, catalysts for AI, I definitely think AI is here to stay. It's just more so that when it comes to the valuations of these tokens, they were definitely overpriced, and they're just preparing for now. And I suspect that AI definitely will come back later on in the year, probably another like 6 months or so from now, just looking at basis on the tokens that have led the charge from the previous AI run. So these kind of tokens usually take at least a few months to repair, probably 6 months or so. So out of all these tokens, really, the AI niche is broken the most. And the reason for that is they were earlier to break out into the parabolic move. And the parabolic moves were just way more unsustainable than the other tokens. Because like as you can see on AI, there wasn't really ever any accumulation areas and no real supports. Whereas if you look at something like AlienBase, we had the previous accumulation range, 3, 2, 1. The previous accumulation range for AlienBase was actually like 180 days longer. So that gives a lot of merit to AlienBase, and it just shows how strong the community is, as well as the token fundamentals. And it just gives a more likely chance to actually rebound from here, especially if the accumulation range gets broken again. Whereas something like AIXBT, the chart is definitely broken, and it needs a lot more time to repair. But nonetheless, and just a recap, base chain ecosystem is here to stay. I'm really bullish. The net flows are looking really strong. Fundamentals are stronger than ever for Ethereum, as well as the base chain ecosystem. But a lot of these tokens do need more time to repair. And ideally, what I would like to see is the number one tokens of every niche, example, Aerodrome, AlienBase, and Toshi, and B3 to really recover and start rebounding from here. And when it comes to time frames, I would not be surprised it takes a few months for a lot of these base chain tokens to make new higher highs and higher lows. And if I had to guess, it would probably be AlienBase and Toshi to make those higher lows and higher highs quicker. Reason being is they already had previous strong accumulation ranges in the past, and they've actually gone back inside of them. So due to that, it's probably more likely for these two tokens to actually break out earlier than the others. But as always, time will tell, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll look at these charts closely and give you guys updates on a weekly basis. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other content pieces. And that's all to the video, guys. Peace.